Let's talk through how you make a call now to someone on a list specifically for a job, and then we'll also move on to talking about how we make head-up calls. So for now, what you've been doing is regenerating candidates that are already on our database to ask them what their current situation is. We're going to move on to talking to candidates that could be right for a specific role. So you'll talk through with the consultants and they'll explain to you exactly the details about the role that you need to know. And you need to distill that down to 3 to 4 bullet point pitch. We're still going to concentrate on this type of call for you getting into the call, building rapport with the individual, and then getting them to commit to sending in their CV for the role, or giving you referrals or leads of other people who could be right for the role or opportunities that they're interviewing for. But we're not going to answer any questions about the specific role at this stage. We're still going to use our get out of jail card that you're a researcher. Again, what we're trying to emphasize is your comfort on the call and your ability to control the conversation. If you find yourself getting into any difficulties with questions that you can't answer, bear in mind we don't expect you to know much about the client or the technical aspects of the role. It's your control of the conversation we're interested in, not how much information you can learn very quickly and regurgitate about the client or the job. So let's go through the structure of the call. You're still going to verify you're talking to the right person by saying hello, is that, and then their name. So the name of the person on the database. Don't worry if you can't pronounce some of the names of people on the database. We're working in very international markets and you'll see names that you've never seen before. Just say it as best you can confidently. If you get it wrong, they'll correct you. If that offends them, they're not worth bothering meeting with anyway. So just move on. But generally speaking, if you just ask them if it's their name as best you can pronounce it, they'll say yes, or they'll correct you on the pronunciation, and then you move on to the conversation. But it prevents you from getting the wrong person and talking them through a job and it being their boss, their husband, their wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. You just don't want to get into that scenario. After you've verified you got the right person, you're going to introduce yourself. Now again, let's keep it simple at this point. Do your name, the company that you're calling from, i.e. 20 Recruitment. But now you're also going to talk about a specific role rather than give them the reason that you're calling from the database. You're going to tell them about the role that you're calling them regarding, and you're going to give 3 to 5 bullet points to pitch the role. Again, agree these with the consultant before you start the call. Typically, you're going to want to explain a little bit about the company, the specifics of the role that they're looking for, and why it might be an interesting opportunity. Don't go into any more detail than that, and then you can ask them how it sounds. Get into your open questions at this point. And we're going to try and gather as much information as possible. You're probably getting quite comfortable with open questions right now. So again, listen to the consultant about what specific information they need if the candidate is correct. And also you want to get from the consultant qualifying question. So at some point in the conversation, you want to ask them if they have a specific set of skills that the consultant has told you they require in order to get put forward for the job. If they don't have those particular skills, your conversation can move into a different direction. They're not right for the role. They probably know people who are and can give you referrals, or they can probably give you leads of other places that they've been on interview recently. If they are right, you can continue through to the process to get them to commit to send their CV in. So if they ask you any questions at any point that you can't answer, you're going to tell them that you're a researcher, and the best bet to answer those questions is to submit a recent copy of their CV or resume. Again, you can send them a blank email to make it easy for them to do that. Agree the time and date they're going to do it, and then get them to send that to you. You can go and discuss it with the consultant, write notes on the system about the specific details the consultant has asked for you to gain, so that when you get the CV in, you know exactly those details to talk to the consultant. If they aren't right and they don't meet the criteria of the qualifying question, you can go straight on to trying to get leads and referrals. If they are right, after you've asked them to commit to sending in their CV, you can still ask them about their current situation, because it makes it easier to say the consultant's going to want to know. So the more information they can give you now, the better the conversation will be with the consultant that calls them back about the specific details of the role. So where are they interviewing? How's it going? What opportunities have they been interested in? What's piqued their interest? What haven't they liked? And so on. You can also ask them for other roles that you're working on, who they know who could be right for those opportunities. Now at this stage we're going to keep it simple, and you're going to be working one role at a time. So you might not have multiple opportunities that you can discuss with them, but you can still ask them to refer the best junior that they've worked with, or the best person with 5 years more or less experience than them. So you get used to the concept of asking for referrals all the time. So the question along those lines would be, who's the best project manager that you've worked with in your role at XYZ? Or who's the best accountant that you've worked with in your previous companies? So you're not asking who do they know who's looking for a job. Very important that you get that distinction right, because people won't tell them that they're looking for a job. And also it's a closed question. Do you know anyone who's looking for a job? No. Conversation over. So you want to be asking, who do you know? Regarding the candidates who aren't right for the roles, you can get referrals off them very easily, because if they don't meet the qualifying criteria, you can just say to them, unfortunately that's a key skill for this particular role. So talk to me about exactly what it is that you're looking for, and we'll contact you with any opportunities that meet that criteria. And also, who do you know who could do this role? Again, get the candidate, whether they're right for the role or not, to send in their updated CV or resume, and then let them know that an experienced consultant will call them as soon as they have an opportunity that matches their criteria.